This anthem. Few of you may have been here last. Okay, few of you were last year. Thank you so much for coming back again. So I'm just going to give a little bit of an introduction and how and why we've actually done this. Now, last year I created a version of the national anthem where I had conducted a 100-piece Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, that is a 100-piece British orchestra, performing the Indian national anthem. Now, this was very important for me simply because I've always wanted to record the Indian national anthem with a symphony orchestra. Now, I've worked with symphony orchestras all over the world, and every time I see a symphony orchestra, the one thing that comes to my mind is unity and diversity. Simply because a symphony orchestra has got various instruments. A symphony orchestra has got violins, which is a soft instrument. It's got a timpani, which is a loud instrument. It has got a harp, which is a soft instrument, a bassoon, which is a loud instrument. Now, every instrument has got its own unique identity, and every instrument is not trying to be another instrument. A violin is not trying to be a bassoon is not trying to be a harp is not trying to be a timpani. Every instrument is maintaining their own unique identity. They're not trying to take away somebody else's identity, but at the same time, when the entire orchestra comes together, the orchestra plays beautifully in harmony together and they sound beautiful as one. And that is basically philosophically what India is all about. People from different cultures, from diverse cultures, diverse languages, different culinary tastes, different religions, different political ideologies, everybody maintaining their own unique personality, but somehow the country works as one and it works beautifully as one, unity and diversity. So that's the reason why I wanted to record the Indian national anthem with the symphony orchestra, and I did that last year with the 100-piece orchestra. Many versions even before that. I thought this is going to be my biggest version and my best version of the national anthem. And I thought I'm not going to create more versions after this because I'm not going to be able to better this. But then after listening to that version of the national anthem for many months, and I'm still very proud of it, I felt that philosophically I've gotten what India stands for in that particular anthem, but not sonically. I felt that the sound also had to be very Indian in nature. So that is when I decided that let's get the best and the most renowned, the most critically acclaimed, and the legendary classical musicians to actually perform the Indian national anthem on top of the British orchestra. So what we did is that I pursued all of these amazing classical musicians. I got in touch with Pandit Hariprasad Chaurasia. He agreed. I mean, it's amazing just to be in the same room with him, in his presence. It was absolutely amazing. Then got Rakesh Chaurasia, who just won 2 Grammy Awards this year. Then we got Rahul Sharma, virtuoso santoor player. We got Aman and Ayan, absolutely amazing sarod players. Then we got Jayanti Kumaresh, a veena player. Then Sheikh Mehboob, Mr. and Mrs. Sheikh Mehboob, that is the duo which play the Nadaswaram and are pretty much the flag bearers of the Nadaswaram. In fact, they won the Padma Shri Award for it. And also Giridhar Udupa, one of the greatest Ghatam players of our generation. Got all of them together. Now the next piece of the puzzle was that there is this institute in India, in Bhubaneswar. It is called Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences. You will ever see anywhere in the world. Now, I had visited the Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences multiple times. In fact, I was very, very fortunate to get an honorary doctorate from the Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences. And the beauty of the Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences and why they are world renowned is that they educate, board, lodge, feed, completely free of cost, 40,000 tribal students at any given point of time. 40,000 tribal students are being educated, board, lodge, basically completely 360-degree taken care of by this institute. And what makes it even more special is that they've got 40,000 students who are in their alumni. So they've impacted the lives of over 80,000 students, 80,000 tribal people. They have impacted their lives and they do it so beautifully. The education is absolutely amazing. The food is very amazing over there. The way that they make it, everything is done in such a large scale. So I had a conversation with the Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences with their founder, that is Dr. Achyuta Samant, and I spoke to him about this particular anthem. And I told him that why don't I give a music lesson to your students? Why don't I give a music lesson? And the thing about Dr. Achyuta Samant is that he does not think anything in a small scale. Everything is very, very big. So we decided to do this for 14,000 students. And I did this music lesson for the kids where we taught them the basic rags and we taught them the basic scales of the Indian classical music, and we also taught them rhythms. And this particular lesson was overseen by the folks from the Guinness World Record. The guys from the UK, the Guinness World Record folks. They came down, they ascertained it, and they figured out that it is the largest music lesson in the history of the world. So till then, the record was held by a university in Tennessee, and the record was for 6,500 students. So we more than doubled the record. So it was pretty amazing, and we won that Guinness World Record. And that music lesson ended with us getting the students to sing the national anthem as a choir. It was an instrumental version of the national anthem, so they sang as a choir. And it sounded absolutely amazing. They sang in 4-part harmonies. So they sang as a choir. We converted their entire stadium at the Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences. We converted their entire stadium into a recording studio with over 200 microphones, with very sophisticated recording technology. And we recorded the 14,000 kids, at that particular session. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you a short video, which is going to be about the Guinness World Record attempt.